Hello everyone and welcome to Sinful Gaming. I hope you're all doing well, I hope you're all staying safe, and most of all, I hope you're all fighting that war against the grey. Today's video we're going to talk start collecting Age of Sigmar Warcry, and today we're going to take a look at the Claws of Karanak. Now in this video we're going to go through talk about all the models that come inside the box set Blood Hunt for the Claws of Karanak, and then we'll take a look at some other warriors and fighters, allies, thralls, and monsters that we think bring some additional power to the warband and will act as some great allies. Now, when that's all done, we'll finish off the video with a little sample warband of 1,000 renown for you to use as some inspiration for starting your own warband of the Claws of Karanak in Age of Sigmar Warcry. Now to start with, we have the Pack Lord. This is the big guy with the mask and the two axes you see front and center. 5 attacks at strength 5, 2/5 damage. This dude means business. He's got a defense of 4 and 20 wounds as well, and he just has the leader rune mark where he for a triple can use scent of weakness, and he can only use this if he's taken down a enemy fighter with an attack action. Until the end of the battle round, he adds 1 to the attack characteristic of melee attack actions by visible friendly fighters within 8 inch. So there's a pretty good chance this guy's taking someone down with the amount of attacks he can pack out. It's a really good chance. Now the Hound of Wrath, I think, is really where this army comes together, where this warband gets its nice coherency from. The Hound of Wrath is the weird sort of dog-human guy that you see on the right-hand side there. 18 wounds, defense 4. He's got the Beast and Agile rune marks with 5 attacks, strength 4, 2/4 on the damage. His big one is Pack Hunters. You pick a visible friendly fighter within 6 inches of this fighter that has both the Claws of Karanak and Agile rune mark, and is not yet activated this round. You can activate this fighter immediately after that fighter's activation ends. You get one after the other, which can be pretty cool for a double. But also, you've got Flaming Breath, where you roll a dice for each visible enemy fighter within an inch, and on a 4+, you allocate 3 damage points to the fighter being rolled for as well. So, a couple of cool abilities coming out of that Hound. Now we then have the Brutalizers, who can be equipped with either Shredder Blades, which will be 4 attacks at strength 4, 2/4 on the damage, or a Shredder Blade and Meat Hook at 3 attacks at strength 4, 2/5 on the damage, both of them being defense 3 and 15 wounds though. Now, they have a rune mark on the Meat Hook model, which is Horrifying Trophies. A fighter can only use this ability if they've taken down an enemy fighter with an attack, and until the end of the battle round, visible enemy fighters within 6 inch can't use ability. So great, if your opponent's got a weak fighter on the table, a really cool one you can use to take them down nice and quick. Now the last thing we've got 4 Blood Whelps, and what's really cool about this box set, and it's definitely something I hope we see in more warbands going forward, is you have options for every single one of these Blood Whelps to be Barb Spears or Claw Flails. So you can go for one option if you prefer one option aesthetically or rules wise. Now Blood Whelps have that Agile rune mark for Pack Hunters where they can activate one after the other. It's a really cool ability that can really get the fighters going and really make them fight more than what they're worth. And so, where to go next though? For me, looking at some of the other fighters, we maybe want to look at bringing in some thralls. I really am disappointed the fact that none of the Flesh Hounds have the Ally rune mark or the Thrall rune mark, so we can't bring in any of them. I hope this gets FAQ'd so that we can, but in the meantime, Chaos Warhounds for me are the way to go then. You definitely make some cool cornate looking ones. They've got a reaction which is really fun, the Master's Voice. Effectively, if one of your heroes is moved into by an opponent's model, your thralls here can move in and go and fight, and go effectively protect the Master. Chaos Warhounds have the Outrunners of Chaos rune mark as well. What this will allow them to do is add 3 to their move, pumping them up to a nice 11 inch move, which is pretty sweet. Furies have a really cool ability called Cower as well for a triple until the end of the battle round. Each critical hit from attack actions that target this fighter will count as a regular hit instead. It's going to be really annoying little fighters to bring into fights. Now, if we're looking for maybe some other power to bring in, I think the Blood Secretor from the Blades of Khorne Mortals, for me, is a really good one. His quad, Rage of Khorne, is amazing. You add 1 to the melee attacks of all friendly fighters within 8 inch until the end of the battle round. If you can get a quad and you activate him first, set him up in a nice area, get those attacks going, can be a really great power piece. And lastly, we have the Bloodmaster of Khorne as well. This is a Chaos Demon model, and from the Chaos Demons, he's going to pack out a decent amount of attacks. 5 attacks at strength 4, 2/5 on the damage. And he's also got the ability to bring in the Locust of Fury for +1 attack and a 6 inch aura on him. But he also brings maybe a little bit more power than the Blood Secretor, so it's really up to you on what you want to do, though he is slightly more expensive. And so here we have our sample warband of the Claws of Karanak. Now, of course, we've gone for our leader here being the Pack Lord. We have to take one. It's the only leader model available for the warband. But then our fighters, we've gone with the Hound of Wrath, and then we've got the 4 Blood Whelps with Barb Spears. I really like the Brutalizer models, but I don't think they do an awful lot for the warband. I think taking more Blood Whelps is always the way to go. If you want to add another decent fighter in, I'd be grabbing another Hound of Wrath instead. Now, allies-wise, Blood Secretor is what we've gone for. I think his quad is cool. And the Bloodbuster, you know, there's 5 extra points. We just didn't have them spare. This allows us to take a Chaos Warhound, though, who is a nice model that can protect both the Blood Secretor and the Pack Lord if anyone actually wants to try and go after them. 8 activations mean we've actually kept the same amount of activations that come in the core box. We've not dropped anything because we've got one more expensive one in the Blood Secretor and one cheaper one in the Chaos Warhound. And 121 wounds is at that lower end of average. If you've got some ideas and some warriors you want to bring in, particularly ones that are maybe going to either have the Agile Rune Mark to work alongside the Hound of Wrath and Bloodwell, or even, you know, maybe something that's going to bring in some extra attack, some extra damage, or even some extra defense to your warband, let us know your thoughts down in the comments below. And so that's the end of the video. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And if you did enjoy the video and you want to say something, leave us a comment down below and let us know what you thought. If you'd like to come chat more with me and other members of our great little community here at Sinful Gaming, we have a Discord server linked down in the video's description. Also down there in the video's description are the best ways to help support the channel if you'd like to do so. You can either grab yourself some merch via our Teespring or Ko-fi stores, which are linked down there, or our Patreon and YouTube members where you can help support the channel, get yourself a shout out, and indeed if you're a YouTube member as well, get yourself some cool emotes to use in our live discussions or indeed on your comments on YouTube. As a special thank you to all our Patreon and YouTube members, we'd like to give you all a shout out. So thank you to our Patreons, Christian Weir, Soren, Kenny Lau, Outer Shot First, Andrew Bowen, The Rising 8, Q Dynamic, Anthony B, JJ Austrian, Average Wargamer, Domir, Mark Harvey, James Cater, Benjamin Swallows, Red Martin, Iron Grinch, Nicholas Conomos, Colorblind Magic, and Daniel Etherington. And to our YouTube members, Green Roots Gaming, Ronya, Lock Lorick, The Johnny84, David Ellsworth, Wolfric Nick, Broken Chef, Ariane Edwards, Revenar, Pink Nico Fire, Robin Mankiller, Monty's Tabletop Terrain, John Castle, Davis Weir, James South, James Tillman, and Dylan Areno. And lastly, a special thanks to Lady Witchfox Art, who does all the amazing artwork you see here for the channel, and to everyone who helps run our Discord server, all our mods, you're fantastic, and everyone who makes it a great place in there as well, and indeed to everyone who helps come and do the battle reports, and to all our sponsors on the channel as well. Thank you all once again for watching, everyone. Stay safe, stay well, and most of all, keep fighting that war against the Grey. Ciao for now.